Now then, might as well just get back to this and such. So, yes, Wizardry 5, Heart of the Maelstrom. Loading. Oh, there goes my controller, of course. Okay. Yeah, load and exit. Okay. Oh, okay. Quick start. Okay, I was wondering why I started on load, because I have not actually done anything on here yet. So let's get into that. Oh, there's no options menu now that I think about it, huh? Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. As per usual, doing all 4 of these options turn the game to English. That's the only important ones. Oh, okay, that's the controller. I don't need to mess with that. Okay, we're in the game immediately, as per usual. Haha. So, yeah, no plot giving on this one so far. So, I suppose might as well go over that real quick. This does take place after Wizardry 3. Basically, basic summary. After getting the orb in Wizardry 3, peace is restored to the land. Ages passed, and the orb is being placed under the hands of the Brotherhood of Llylgamyn for safekeeping. Then things start going bad very, very slowly. Bad weather, people falling ill, and all that type of stuff. Basically, for unknown reasons, the very fabric of reality starts to unravel, and people cover the source of the chaos to a maze below the city that they refer to as the Maelstrom. They decide to seek the help of a demigod known as the Gatekeeper to simply destroy the vortex in the center of the Maelstrom, but then they find out that he's actually imprisoned in there. Basically, there's a traitor in the Brotherhood by the name of a woman by the name of the Sorn, who basically started all this in order to end all order in the universe and create everlasting chaos. 3 years pass, and now adventurers are being sent in to try to take care of the business. That's basically the plot. Okay, well, I do got a lot of people in here who I legitimately don't care about and will probably be just taking all their gear, as per usual. So yes, we are back in Llylgamyn again. Edge of town. So, character utility. Yes. Yes, I was wondering. I did hear you could transfer saves. Oh, is it not letting me do it? I mean, I do have a Llylgamyn Saga save. Am I not allowed to use that? I was kind of hoping I could just simply transfer my save data. That would be really fun. Might need to look into see if I have to do that. Oh well. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Anyway, so training grounds is where we get to create our peoples. As per usual, yep. Change name, change class, all that stuff. Classes require certain stats, so I might as well go over this real quick. Oh, okay, let's select. Okay, there we go. Let's use Adric as a good example for right now. From what I understand, stuff should be mostly the same. There's some different spells and such in this game. Like, some spells don't exist anymore, and there's some new spells. Okay, so first off, yep, name is Adric. Okay. Races basically just have different stats starting points. Humans have, in terms of stats, humans have 8 strength, 8 IQ, 5 piety, 8 vitality, 8 agility, 9 luck. They also have -1 saving throw to death. A reminder that negatives are good things in these games. It's the opposite of what you would normally think. Elves have 7 strength, 10 IQ, 10 piety, 6 vitality, 9 agility, 6 luck. They also have -2 to 1, which I don't know exactly what that does. It might be a status ailment thing. Dwarves have 10 strength, 8 IQ, 10 piety, 10 vitality, 6 agility, and 6 luck, and a -4 to breath. Gnomes, 7 strength, 7 IQ, 10 piety, 8 vitality, 10 agility, 7 luck, and have a -2 to petrification. Hobbits, they're just straight up called hobbits in this. 5 strength, 7 IQ, 7 piety, 6 vitality, 10 agility, 15 fucking luck, and -3 to spell, which I think is another ailment sort of thing. I think that's like sleep and poison and stuff. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up again. So, as a start, we'll just say Adric's a dwarf in this case. Alignments are kind of important because it determines who can be in your party, because only, if you're good, you can only get your party up with good and neutral. If you're evil, you cannot, a good party member, you cannot have an evil character in a good party, and vice versa. Technically. You can, in fact, have a good person camp out in the dungeon, and then go in with a party of 5, and then have another character. So, like, if I were to transfer my save, I think Reika's still evil, because she was a ninja. So I would basically be able to have, I could basically just have her just sit in the dungeon, and then have the other 5 recruit her in the dungeon, and that's how you can have good and evil mixed in. Alignment also affects what sort of class you can be, so just for this purpose, we'll say good for right now. Okay. Next, you can see Adric got, so next, as I said, stat points that you got. So the first question is, what do these stats in these games do? Part of it is not as much as you think. Outside of the fact that, like, classes, like, okay, so let's go over classes real fast of how you get them. Fighters require you to have 11 strength. That's it. That's the only requirement for them. Mages require you to have 11 IQ. Simple. No, mages require like 11 magic. As you can see, humans need to put a few points into that in order to actually be one. Clerics need 11 piety. They also have a secondary requirement where you can only be a cleric, or, well, priest, I suppose. They're called clerics, I believe, in the SNES and NES versions. Depending on which version you're playing, can also say what the classes are. I believe in the original Mac 2 versions, yeah, priest and stuff, which I believe that these translations go off of. Anyways, enough of that. Priest can only be good or evil. No neutral priest, period. Vitality's not used for determining a class, so that's fine. Thieves can require 11 agility, but as you can see, no. Because thieves cannot be good. They can only be neutral or evil in this. Luck also doesn't affect that type of stuff, but we'll go over what luck does later. So those 4 are the basic classes. There's also 4 advanced classes. First off, there's the, what is it called? The Bishop, also known as the Wizard. They need, would I be able to actually do that? Yeah, okay, Bishop, as you can see down there. They need 12 IQ and 12 piety. They basically learn both black and basically learn both magic, mage and priest spells at a much slower rate than those 2 classes do. So having one right at the very start of the game is not necessarily a great idea, because they learn the spells much more slowly. But you probably want one anyways, because they can identify items. Though you do need to level them up so they don't accidentally curse themselves by touching them, unless you're save scaling or something, but still. Anyways, the Bishop is the one that requires the least amount of stat investment. Next up is the Samurai. Oh yeah, and also, going back to the Bishop real quick, Bishops are just like priests. They can only be good or evil. Samurai require a little bit more investment. First off, Samurai can only be good or neutral. They cannot be evil. And they need 15 strength, 11 IQ, 10 piety, 14 vitality, and 10 agility. So unless you get a lot of bonus points, which you can see Adric got rolled 10 bonus points there, you're not gonna get one at the start. You can get lucky and manage to snag one at the start, but it's very, very low odds of that happening. But it's cool. But basically, samurai are basically just fighters that can use black magic. That's all they are. Next up is the lords, which I sometimes refer to as paladins because they are basically fighters that can use priest spells. Pretty much the same thing. Lords can only be good aligned. They also require 15 strength, 12 IQ, 12 piety, 15 vitality, 14 agility, and 15 luck. So, heavy stat investment, and you probably have to change class in order to do that. Keep in mind, changing class sets characters back to their default. So, like, if I did make Adric a lord, he would go back to these stats you see here with no bonus stats. And he'd also go back to being level 1. So you kind of have to be all in order to pull that stuff off. And as far as I know, there's no class change items in this game. From a quick glance of what items are in the game. So no doing that. And lastly, there's the ninja. First off, ninjas can only be evil. And they need 15 strength, 17 IQ, 15 devotion, 16 vitality, 15 agility, and 16 luck. Ninjas are basically just thieves that can actually do damage. They can also insta-kill. They also gain armor based on. They also gain more attack and armor based on not having anything equipped, which increases so slowly that it's probably kind of pointless. I believe they get like -1 armor every 3 levels. So you pretty much need one at like around level 20 in order to actually surpass any of the highest gear they can wear. Which I don't know how high level this game would need you to go with, but Wizardry 1 you could easily beat at like level 11 or so. So that was not really going to happen. Usually you'd run and be level 13 to get some of the better spells, but yeah, you could beat it it's not that difficult. Anyway, so let's talk about bonus points real quick before I move on to other stuff. So how are bonus points determined? You can see Adric got 10 right there. You can go back. Oh, can I not go back anymore? Oh, okay, no, I can push X. Oh, no, I can't. Well, that's sad. In the previous one, you can actually press X and go back. I guess you can. Okay, screwed on this. Okay. Well, anyways, when you create a character, it will roll bonus stats. So, the bonus stat is done in a Dungeons & Dragons type style, because, I mean, these were these types of games. You get 1d4 plus 6. So, basically, you can roll anywhere from 7 to 10 points, which Adric rolled 10, so he got the highest that he can get on that. However, there is a 1 in 11 chance that you'll just get another 10 points, which obviously he did not get. And which can get you up to a maximum of 20 points. However, if you do not roll, if you get those additional 10 points and you do not reach 20 points, there is yet another 1 in 11 chance of getting another 10 points. In other words, you can get a maximum of 29 points. But obviously those are really, really low odds. And I've never really gotten the 20. Like, doing Wizardry 1, I don't think I got any character that ever reached 20, let alone any higher than that. Which is pretty nice. So, basically, yeah, the highest roll that you can get is somewhere between 27 and 29. Since you only get between 7 and 10 points. Anyways, just as a thing, so... Oh yes, I didn't explain what the stats do. Let's do that before I start messing around and seeing if I can transfer my save data, or just endlessly creating characters until I get satisfied with what I want. Because obviously I'm not going to go with 10 points, I'd rather go much higher than that. And I can save scum to try doing that. It'll just take a while, so I won't do it right as I'm recording. Anyway, so what do stats points do? Like I said, not that much. Basically, strength increases your chance to hit, and how much damage you do. But not by much. You get negatives if you're below 6. But for the most part, basically your strength gets a +1 bonus if you're at 16. So if Adric is at 16, he gets +1 to hit and +1 damage on all of his attacks. 17 he gets +2, and 18 he gets +3. 18 is the max stat you can get on any of these stats. which basically means anything between 6 and 15 do literally nothing. Get used to that. IQ and Piety work exactly the same way. Basically, it's a chance that whenever a character levels up in the Mage, Priest, or Wizard classes, they have a chance to learn a spell based on their stat divided by 30. So for mages, it's IQ divided by 30. And this happens every time they gain a level. And the first spell in any circle of spell, because spells are tied to also what level you are, the first level of that will always be learned no matter what when you reach the appropriate level. But any spells after that have that chance of actually being learned. Also, in every single combat round, every single character has IQ plus Piety plus character level divided by 99 to identify a mysterious monster group, which the game will randomly decide between a random number between 1 and 4, depending on how many monster groups there are. And if it selects the right number, you now know what monsters those are. If it chooses one that's already been identified, or one that doesn't apply, like there's 3 monster groups, but you get number 4, nothing happens. So that's what those 2 stats do. Vitality! Vitality has a chance of revival spells, like your priest revival spells from going off. Basically, it's vitality times 4%. That's it. So Adric having 10 vitality would have a 40% chance of being revived by any revival spell. And if it's successful, he permanently loses 1 vitality. If you're doing it at the temple, it's vitality times 3 plus 40. Oh, no, I looked at that one wrong. It's plus 50 if they are just dead, and plus 40 if they are ashed. Also, if a character's vitality ever goes below 3, they die of old age. And that's how that works. Age also has another thing with how leveling up works, but I can explain that part later, when leveling up is actually mattering. Also, depending on your vitality, you get an HP bonus. Basically, low vitality, same thing. Like, if you have 4 or 5 vitality, you get -1 to your HP rolls. Which each class has a different HP roll, so if Adric were a fighter, it's a 1d10 every time he levels up. Having 16 vitality is a +1, 17 is +2, 18 is +3. Simple. So it'd basically be 1d10 plus 3 if you had 18 vitality. Easy. Agility basically determines turn order, which is 1d10 and then modifiers. Basically at plus 15 you get... Basically you want high because it goes in order of whoever has the lowest initiative goes first. Which, yeah, having 3 agility means that you have +2 onto it. And having 18 between 18 and 14 is -1, 15 is -2, 16 -3, 17 -4, 18 -5. But it only goes between 1 and 10, so you can't go like you can't get like potentially like -4 initiative. It would only go down to 1. Monsters are specifically 1d8 plus 1. It does a few other things, but yeah. And luck is all about saving throws. You know, against death, petrify, breath attacks, stuff like that. I'm just glancing at some of the other stuff. To see if there's anything else I need to talk about regarding some of this stuff. Not in particular from what I can see. Oh yeah, disarming traps is also tied specifically to agility. Chance to inspect a trap for a thief is agility times 6%, but it can't go above 95%. Ninjas are agility times 4%, so they're a little worse. Everybody else is agility times 1%. So Adric would have, right here, would have a 5% chance of identifying a trap properly. And disarm is 50 plus character level minus maze level divided by 70. So disarming is specifically tied to your character level, more so, and which floor you're on for the most part. Because I think that's the major things to talk about for the most part. You know, regarding stats, because it's nice to at least know how some of this stuff works. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to build these characters up and see what I can do with them. Alright, it took a bit to get working. Apparently, I had a setting where all my where the memory card basically created a separate memory card for every single game I played. I properly transferred them all into both games into one save, so yes, now I can transfer my characters. From Wizardry 3, once my controller stops disconnecting. Wait, it didn't just... Oh. Wait, why is it saying I can't Or do I have to select down? No. Wait, why is it not letting me grab it? Yes, it says I can't transfer from Wizardry 1 and 2, but it's not letting me do it from 3 for some reason. That doesn't make any sense. You're giving me the option to grab them. Boy! Let me transfer these characters over. Let me do it. I went through all the process of doing it. Yeah, it's annoying. I was really hoping I could just do that, because it's a lot easier. Let's see why it wouldn't let me do that. It's a bit weird. Unless it just says that they're level 11 and they can't come in. Which, I mean, I could see that being a case, but still. Still just constantly trying, just on the off chance that it just lets me do it. Yeah, that's annoying. Alright, guess I'm creating the characters. Whatever. Now then, I couldn't really figure out how to do that, but I made everybody. Maybe managed to get Zubei to become a samurai. When I was trying to create Adric, which is why he's still good aligned instead of being neutral like he usually is. But whatever. Good enough. Anyways, so yeah. And then all the other characters I had in the training grounds, I stripped them down and took all their equipment. Oh, right. Going to training grounds jumps everybody. Well, that's fine. Okay, so. Reika's still evil because I plan to make her a ninja someday. There wasn't actually there wasn't one of each class in there, so I actually could have transferred those characters and just changed their names. But I'm lazy and decided not to do that anyways. So, and I'm fine with everybody being level 1, just to start with the struggle, even if I'm going to spend a while gaining everybody levels. Reika's evil, so she can't be in the party right away, unfortunately. But, like I did mention the way to do that before. That's also why Jubei's a dwarf instead of a human, but you know, whatever. Okay, Thaden. It's the same as before. The first 3 are the front row, the other 3 are the back row. The main difference in this game is that there is actually ranged combat in this game. That exists. And Busha wants to be behind Thaden because Priest can be front row, and Busha's pretty much the only priest I could really think of I had. I guess Monami would have worked, but she's evil. And that would be kind of annoying to have to swap out when I had to swap out my characters every so often. Anyways, but we can put Reika in the party in a moment. Anyways, so Adventurers In. So Adventurers In is the same as usual. For leveling up characters, it costs money. Going into them, it heals the characters by the weeks that they stay, which is so little that it's not even worth it. Keep in mind that characters do age. And aging is bad because it affects leveling up. From what I recall, I don't remember the mechanics, and unfortunately, the little mechanic thing I was reading didn't actually mention it. But I remember that there's a low chance, like a 1 in 10 chance or something like that, that when you stay at the stables, a character will age a week. Which means that there's like a 90% chance or something like that a character will not age one bit because they're just taking a nap in the stables. So there's almost no reason to never do the stables. because the other options do not have any effect on your leveling up. They just heal you. And you can just have a priest, this one, cast a spell to heal party members and just take a nap to recover their spell slots. Okay, Baltex. So yeah, I got decent equipment, including Katana. Faden got the Lord equipment, so she got the good shit. But like, if I were to do Adric, like, what does this man have right now? Well, Adric has... Okay, you know what? Maybe I should have did, like, all members. You know, my party has 1,500 gold right now. Because I also stole all their money, too. Yeah, the basic-ass stuff costs 0. So you can get that on everybody. Which I suppose was an option. But whatever. I stole all their money, too. They all have, like, 300 gold each. Anyways, Mace, Battle Axe. I would have to look at the numbers. I know that some stuff, I think Pike is a ranged weapon. Well, you know, a mid-range weapon, because those exist in this game. This allows the back row to actually do things. Holy Basher, Longbow, see, bows exist. Rick has a Thieves Bow. Oh yeah, these are expensive. Oh, but it is a ranged move thing. I would have to actually look on Sword of Fire. I believe some of these are if I remember correctly, some of these are kind of randomish. Anyways, yeah, more too expensive. I don't really want to spend money on that. Yeah, this would be like all my money, and that's just a leather with a +1, or -1 in this case, armor. So there's no point. Yeah, considering leather's already below chain, scale, and plate, that's only good for characters that are actually, you know, that can only equip leather. Shields, target shield, gear shield, helmets, leather salad. I believe everybody has, like, some of these, probably. Oh, okay, torch, lantern, bracers, ring of Mahdi, Cantino scroll, fire scroll, conjuring, Dio, Slatomorphes, amulet of rainbows, whatever the hell that does. Costs a lot, though. Okay. That place is still pretty much the same. Alright, enough stalling. We can go inside the maze now. Protect, identify, okay, those are probably just mentioning that I don't have those active right now. Okay, we are in the maze. Though, as you can probably see, I do not have... Like, you can probably see a little bit on my little map in the corner and see that there's some negatives. That's because the places in this game are much bigger. I only took a glance at the maps just to get a good idea to the fact that I needed the negative numbers, because sometimes the 0 is like somewhere in the middle of the map. Sometimes it isn't. I don't actually know how big the maps are offhand. I only just did a general gist. I think this is a 50 by 50 thing with it going -10. If I need to adjust it, I can. Or I can just use the... What was it? I know there's a map button. What's that? Yeah, see. It doesn't tell me where I am, but it exists. I'll only use that if I absolutely have no other choice. But I don't have Doom and Pick, so there's probably no point in me actually making a map right now. So, I went 2 steps. If I remember correctly, encounter rate is like 1% per step, with a significantly higher chance than when you open up a door. So, door seeking items to character. Oh, right, because you can inspect shit like that. Okay. Square. Okay. So I'm looking for. Looking for something else. Oh, searching for character. Okay, that's important if there's someone here. None of these are the options I'm looking for. I'm looking for the camp option, which I don't know how to do. Yeah, I know. Oh. Right, because I'm trying to sidestep. That's the map. Camp option, because I need to do that in order to actually, you know, get Rika into this party. sign on the wall reads, enter ye who seek the heart to one day rule the Maelstrom. Don't care. I don't want to be like right here when I'm trying to do that. Crap, I actually do not know how to camp. That would be a really easy to find option too. Crap. I might need to look up how to actually do this because I do not see that in my options whatsoever, and that's kind of annoying. Because I can't get Reika in the party unless I do this. Okay. It might actually be tied to save and quit, actually. Maybe. We'll see in a second. Oh, okay. That is exactly what it is. Yeah, I hit the select save and quit. Okay. Alright. I think they're one step further. Okay, yeah, this is how you get evil characters in your party. Crap, how do I rearrange everybody? Shit. That's not... This is absolutely not what I want. Maybe I had to do it the other way around and it would have worked better. Considering Rick is a thief, and I don't want her to be... There's no other way to actually rearrange my party members. Which is definitely a weird thing, but okay. Oh, no, that's not the option. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. I don't think they separate when I leave when I go to town either. They don't. Okay. Let's try this again, except this time correctly. Okay. Reika will go alone into the labyrinth real quick. Okay, save and quit. So complicated. No. We're not continuing. Which drops this back here. So the order really doesn't matter as long as Rhiannon's not in the front row or anything. Okay. Reorder was right there. Damn it. Oops. There we go. Okay. I might want to switch around a little bit. Yeah, especially not having Rhiannon right there would probably be good. Much better, okay. I don't know what it was warning me about, but okay. Anyways. We're just gonna save real quick, because I can quick save. Okay. Just quick save like this. Alright, so right now I need to grind effectively. But we need to find encounters first. I did not mean to do that. Shit, I did not mean to. Okay, yeah, restarting that part. Okay. Good. Just need to keep mental. Oh, here we go. Alright. 5 flying creatures. Oh no. Okay. You attack, you attack, you attack. So, thieves actually have a new option. I don't know if ninjas have this too, but they have hide. Hide allows them to do a sneak attack, which allows them to attack next turn. Basically, this allows them to have daggers, and you know, have them equipped with knives or daggers, and be able to actually attack from the back row. Otherwise, yeah, she has a ranged weapon, so that means that back row fighting. Oh, Busha had fight too, huh? Does she have? Okay. Considering how Busha was able to fight, that means that she actually has a mid-range weapon at least. Yeah. 66 experience points. 7 gold. Cool. That's not what I wanted to check. Oh, can I just not, like, inspect my actual characters and see how much experience points they have? It's kind of annoying. Ouch. I do not want to go too far away from the front door, because that's a very, very bad idea. Because I want my characters to have a few levels, so they have some HP. So they can actually survive stuff. Though, armor class... Jubei has high... yeah, Jubei has higher armor class. So yeah, like I said, lower numbers are better in terms of armor class. I'm gonna see how much... 66 actually is. Let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah, it doesn't tell you how much experience points you need for the next level or anything like that, so... Oh yeah, Marks, from what I remember, is... how many enemies that character has actually killed. Swim, I know there's some kind of swimming mechanic in this game. And rip likely means how many times has he actually died. Anyways. But yeah. Save often. Especially because I don't... Fights might be easy right now, especially because I have some decent gear. Yes, continue. But I do want to reload my save in case bad shit happens. For the most part, right now it's mostly grind time. Okay. Yeah, going through doors usually has a much higher chance of encountering something like that. 2 slimes. You can barely see them because they're down there. Yeah. Oh, a chest. Reika, you check it, because you have a much higher chance. It's trapless. Okay. Okay. It's not always when you open a door, but it's... Okay, 4 reptiles. We don't know what they are, because none of my characters' IQ have been able to identify it. And usually, unless this game changed anything, chests usually only happen when you fight enemies inside of these rooms. Usually if it's a guaranteed kill, like that. So this one should drop a chest. Also surprised me. Oh. Okay, good, they have shitty accuracy. Okay, they are backflies. Busha does have spells. She has Dios and Badios. Which, I mean, typical what you would expect. Dios, I believe, Badios does... Yeah, I'm looking at the spell list. Badios does 1d8 of damage, so 1 to 8 points of damage. Dios is the opposite. Heals 1 to 8. Don't attack Rhiannon, she has low HP. Alright. Yeah, like I said, the chest popped up. Lapis Spine, whatever the hell that is. Disarm. Disarmed, okay. 21 gold. Another encounter. I'll surprise you. Oh no, slime. Cool. And money. Okay. So I guess the first question is, do my character... Okay, so, Rhiannon lost 1 HP, and she's the only one who lost HP, so... Before I go check if my characters have gained a level, because I assume I'm probably gained at least 1 level for our characters. We're gonna go back into the labyrinth real fast. The main reason being we want Busha to heal. Because I am not going to be using the beds at the end to heal, because that's a waste of it's a waste of money, and yeah, it doesn't heal enough to matter. I believe you have to do the second tier in order for it to heal a basic Dio spell like this. I remember looking at the numbers, and it's still a case of whether there's differences in 5, which as far as I'm aware, there aren't, but maybe there are? You know, that kind of thing. Okay. Actually, before I do that, because I have 0 issues with save scumming my stats, I want to make my characters strong, because this game is going to be mean to me. Plus, I need to rig my stats as much as possible if I want to get Rika to be a ninja in any given time. Because she needs a I actually checked to see with her stats, like starting off as a gnome, whether how many stats, and she needed like 39 stat points, which would have been impossible with the rolls. Okay, so adventures in. So first off, we're gonna check with Busha. Busha, rest of the stables. Yeah. Okay. She needs 659 experience points. Got it. Okay, that should apply to everybody, I believe. So, oops. Adric now. Okay, Adric actually needs less. So yeah, different classes need different. Yeah, Jubei is an advanced class, so he needs more than everybody because. Fuck me. Rika needs 500. Rain needs 700. Okay. So they do have quite a bit to go. So I'm probably going to be running around in the first floors until I get that. So nothing of real importance until it's level up time. Okay, so one neat little thing I noticed. You can see that little star mark right next to each character. That means they're ready to level up. Which was something that I noticed as I was going through there, because Reika was the first one to get one of those, and I was wondering what the hell that even meant, and even had to double check my recordings just to check to make sure that it was not some weird little thing. Okay, so let's use Busha's cast while I can. Okay, good. It was only 2 characters. Alright. So now I can explain leveling up. After I save. Because I might need to reload in case dumb shit happens during the levels up. Because as everybody knows, you can, in fact, lose stats on leveling up. There is actually a math to it, too. Which I will explain when we get there. That's not where I want to go. Adventures in. Okay. So I'm going to have everybody rest at the stable so we can take a look. So, Adric gained a level. He gained strength, fighty, and 5 HP. Fantastic. So how does leveling up work in Wizardry? Assuming nothing changed in 5, here's how it works. First up, whenever a character levels up, the game will go across all their... Shit. It went across... It still kept going. Well, we'll find out when we get to Juve. So basically the game goes across each stat in order. So, you know, strength, then I think piety was the second stat, yeah. And then IQ, and so on, or IQ a second, whatever. It goes across each stat, and then it rolls a 75% chance. So, so you have a 75% chance that the game will say, oh, that stat's going to change this time on this level up. Awesome. And then it goes to the next stat, and so on and so forth. So if a stat changes, the game checks your character's age and divides that by 130. And that's the chance that it will decrease by 1 point. In other words, the older your character is, the higher chance you have of losing stats, which is why age is bad. It's to simulate characters having old age and such. Also, a higher chance of them losing vitality, which means they die of old age. Of course, yeah, if you just get really stupidly unlucky, you can just constantly just keep losing vitality anyways. Regardless of how old your character is. Which you can get a really funny case of the 14-year-old elf died of old age. Anyways, and then when stats change, like, if a stat is already at 18, and and the game decides that it's going to go down, you have a 5 and 6 chance that it will not go down. But that's only if it's already at max level, at level 18. But if it decides that it's going to go to 18, 19, nothing happens. It just stays at 18. Anyways, HP. So how does HP rolls go? So whenever a character levels up, the game will actually... It's not a simple case of that the game just rolls their HP again. So, for example, like, fighters and lords get 1d10, so they get in between 1 to 10 HP on level up. Priests and samurai get d8. Thieves, bishops, and ninjas roll d6, and poor mages roll a d4. So mages can get anywhere from 1 to 4 HP every time they level up. Of course, vitality puts a role into this. As I mentioned before, 16 vitality means that a mage would get 1d4 plus 1. So they can get 2 to 5 HP on level ups, and so on and so forth. So, 16's the magic number that you need to get plus 1, and then 17's 2, and 18's 3. So, like I mentioned before, the game is weird about how it rolls the numbers. It's not that, Adra gains a level, and then it rolls 1d10 plus the vitality bonus. No. It re-rolls his entire HP every single level. In other words, at level 2, the game would roll 2d10 plus whatever his extra vitality stuff is. So, like, I don't remember what his level. I think he's at 16, so it'd be like 2d10 plus 2. And then it compares that to whatever their current level is, to whatever their current HP is. If the HP is lower, then it just flat out replaces the HP value, which at low levels, that's most likely going to happen. However, if it's lower than what it should be, then you only get 1 HP. This is kind of why when you class change, the game will usually just give you 1 HP, which explains my confusion on how that was working. When I had Jubei be like a level, I think he was a level 11 fighter, and then I changed him to samurai, then every level up he was only gaining 1 HP. The reason behind this is because I was looking at him having like 90 HP and doing like, it rolls like the D8, like it's like D8 plus 1, and then it's like, oh, he got like 6 HP, but he has 90, therefore he only gains 1 HP this level. That's effectively how it works. Though, in actuality, Samurai actually gained an additional roll when they level up. So, Jubei hitting level 2 means that it's going to roll 3d8 plus whatever his vitality bonus is. And of course, at level 3, it'd be 4d8. It's just an additional d8, not like an additional one per level. That would be absurd. So, Jubei should be getting some good XP. So, he gained Strength IQ piety, he gained 2 HP. So he rolled really low on that one. Maiden gained 3 HP. IQ, piety, luck. Usha learned some new spells and gained a bunch of stats. She crapped out and lost some luck. Poor Busha. Rika gained a lot of stuff, which is great because she needs a lot of stats. That's all. She gained that one in all the stats. That's good because I want her to be a ninja later. Wow, Rhiannon learned Jeez, she gained 1 HP, but she gained everything. That means that when Rhiannon did her 2d4, that means that her new roll got higher. God. That basically means that... Oh, God. Rhiannon has 5 HP. Yeah. That basically means she had 4 HP before, which means that she rolled the high on that. This means that when she rolled this time, that she got one. That basically means that she rolled a 5. Really sad when you look at it that way. But yeah, I could save Scum later, but yeah, that was mostly just to explain how all the characters' levels go. Actually, kill. Inspect. Yeah, Adric has 16 vitality, so yeah, his is 1d10 plus 1. Jubei has 15 vitality, so he gets no bonuses. That meant that he just rolled 2. He hit level 2, so he rolled 3d8 right there. And his end result was 12. Which meant that his his value... Yeah, he didn't roll very terribly high on that one, did he? Because it was between... It basically means that his HP roll could have been anywhere between 3 and 24. So he didn't do well. Next time, maybe he'll roll better. Busha definitely had a... She lost some luck, which, I mean, sucks, but it's not the end of the world, to say the least. But yeah, that basically meant 19 divided by 1/3. I'm actually curious what that was. So that basically, the game basically hit the 75% chance on her luck, and she got 19 divided by 130. She had a 0.14% chance. No, she had a 14% chance of that happening. 15. No, it was 0.15% chance of it happening. That's sad. Or it's one or the other. I'm being dumb right now. I don't know. Anyways, oh yeah, the important thing. Busha has 4 spell slots now. And what does she have? She has Dios, Badios, Kalki, and Porfic, which I believe are all the spells she has access to right now. I'm checking the spell list that she has. No, she's missing one. She's missing Milwa, which is the light spell, which would be revealing secret doors and all that stuff. In other words, she's missing probably the most useful one. Kalki reduces armor by 1 during combat. Porfic reduces armor class of her by 4 during fights. Of course, she has to spend a turn to cast that, but okay. What about Rhiannon? She learned a spell, right? She learned good. She learned Doom Pick. I needed that in order to actually be able to map the damn dungeon. Okay. Otherwise, yeah. Catino, Roll Wide Sleep, Halito, Fire Attack. How much damage does Halito do again? Halito does 1 to 8 points damage. Reminder: that's how much damage it does. IQ has 0 effect on that. It's only used for figuring out whether she's learning a spell or not. Cool, okay. With that, I can actually explore the labyrinth. Well, okay, not yet. I'd rather be at least level 3, maybe level 4 before I start willingly running around. Because there are enemies that can poison me in here, as I noticed. And poison with low HP characters is extraordinarily dangerous. Considering how they lose 1 HP every single step. And they will die from it. And I don't think I can buy... I don't think I can buy antidotes. I didn't see a Latomofi scroll or anything like that in the place. Well, anyways, actually, let's do it from here. That works. I think this is probably north. So, cast spell, ran, and do a pick. Okay, we actually are in 0-0, on level 1, facing north. Fantastic. So we are right here. I need to remember the controls for this damn thing. So this is where the stairs are. There's an icon for stairs or something, wasn't there? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've messed with this damn thing. I can always fix it up later, I suppose. Oh, yeah, right. There was a... Oh, shit, what was that? Yeah, that's trail. Oh, I don't know how to like that. Whatever, I do not remember the controls for this damn thing. It's one of those things I always have to relearn how this thing... Oh, right, it's numbers, isn't it? Right. Stairs. There we go. Once I remember. Okay, there we go. This is where I'm at. So I can actually start mapping things out now. Fantastic. How amazing is that? So that door is right here. Been in this room enough times I actually know what it looks like. Oh, multiple creatures. That hasn't happened too. That's happened once so far. And oh, by the way, there are rows in this game. So monsters can be in different rows. Row 1 and row 2 are... No, someone attack Lucia, don't do that. Black Pies and Mates. We should attack that. Experience points, yay. Break up. Time to reject slime. Okay, go. Let's get to another fight immediately. Alright, these creeping things are scorpions. I have not had them poison me once. I really hope saying that didn't curse me. Okay. This is like similar to the other one. Friendly. Okay, let's explain friendly. Because this works in every single game. Basically, whenever you encounter a friendly monster, you have a choice of either fighting or leaving. This actually affects This can affect alignment. Basically, if you decide to fight a friendly monster, any party members that are good aligned in your party has a, I believe, 1 in 2,000 chance of changing to evil. I believe it's 1 in 2,000. I'm gonna double check this document. Yes, 1 in 2,000 chance to turn evil. just the exact opposite. If you decide to leave, any evil character in your party has a 1 in 2,000 chance of turning good. Neutral characters don't give a crap, so it doesn't matter to them. Anyways, I need experience points, so we'll do this. This did happen in my playthrough of Wizardry 1. Where Phaedon turned evil when I was going to turn into a lord, so I had to actually go out of my way. And it was especially annoying because you had a decent chance of fighting Murphy's ghosts that were good aligned, that were friendly. Check slate. Okay. Cool. Oops. Okay. I'm here. I've seen a little bit more of this corridor because I've mostly been running around back and forth in this corridor multiple times. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there's a split here. Let's mark that. So I know where this is for the future. Okay, we're gonna go back to this door and explore around here. It's nice to be able to actually explore the dungeon. I shouldn't go too far, obviously, because I do not need scorpions potentially poisoning me. And then having to walk out with party members dying with every single step. Plus, I did run into what seemed like to be a wizard-type enemy. As far as I can tell, anyways. Oh wait, yeah, okay. I've actually been in this room. It's another dead-end room. Okay. Of course, there could be hidden walls in any of these rooms, but I'd rather try to get. I think I need the light spell or something. There's expect more secret doors. I wouldn't even know where to even begin on those. This looks to be about the same. Okay. This is what we got out of the map so far, at least. Encounter. Okay, more than like creatures, that's fine. Oh, that's not good. They're actually hitting me. Even if they are only doing 1 damage, it's still not good. 3 HP. Oh yeah, Bushman has more casts. That's fantastic. She has more casts to beat Theos. Okay, Adric was hurt. Jubei was hurt. Man, everybody was hurt. How sad. Well, one person wasn't hurt. Was it Fate? I stopped paying attention. I think it was Fated. So from here, we should just need to take a little nap. She's 400 experience points. Of course, she can't cast spells in town. That would be too good. Yeah, she should have all their spell slots. I did hear something about how that might not be the case in this one. Oh no, she did get all her spell slots back. Maybe that was a. I heard that might be a possibility. Okay. But yeah, I should probably be grinding my characters up to at least level 3, maybe 4, before I actually start doing any deep dive exploring. Just so that they at least get their HP values a little bit higher. Yeah.